having poor health affect our sex life?
Yes. Yes.
Girl, yeah, like,
Yes.
I can't even fit in this damn bed no more with you. Not just, never mind. I'm not speaking for experience. I ain't gonna say no. Look, that made me really, you know.
I'm a labor and delivery nurse. I have like over 15 plus years in labor and delivery.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a reason why you got to labor and delivery, right? So, sex is a very important thing. When my husband had his heart attack and heart transplant, one of the questions I asked about was sex.
Yeah.
And I was not ashamed about it.
Right.
Is our sex going to be different? Health is affected by sex. You know, surgery in itself is an invasive procedure, and it's very scary, and it does have its risk factors, but it also has its benefits.
Okay.
And where I stand with weight loss surgery is this: I'm neither for it or against it.
Okay.
But because I lived a life of being an obese woman majority of my life, and I know this struggle, I know the pain. I know what it's like to get on an airplane and you can't fit in them seats. I know what it's like to go to the store and you want to put on an outfit that the other girl is wearing, but they don't make it in your size. I know what it's like to not to want to be in a dressing room and to put on those clothes and you're just cringing because you don't want to take off your clothes to put on those clothes and to be disappointed. So I get that. There's a lot of women out here that are struggling, even men, they're struggling with food addiction, and they don't even realize it's food addiction because culturally it's just food. But we're taught things as generation curses to use food as not just a pleasure zone but rewards. And
you're so right.
Rewards, and then also like when you're feeling sad, the first thing you do is you guys don't have to drink a gallon of water. Everybody is not made the same. Some people can drink a gallon of water and become hydrated. Some people can drink under. I say drink until you're full.
Okay.
If you start feeling like I didn't drink so much, that you drank too much.
Okay.
Your body, we have to learn how to listen to our bodies, and that's one thing that Americans that we forgot to do.
That's true.
Yeah, we don't listen to our bodies because your body will be like, oh, I'm eating, but I'm not hungry. But you're eating because you didn't listen to your body.
Yeah.
So, no,
and a lot of time I'm hungry, and I don't know what that's from. I stay hungry.
Probably because you're active.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
And you're burning calories.
Maybe. I'm just like, I stay hungry like a lot of times. And that's what I want to ask you about. Like, if I'm a pescatarian, can I still do a keto diet?
Yes. So if you're pescatarian, if you are vegan, if you're a vegetarian, you can do a keto diet because people have a misconception that keto is about cheese and bacon. No. We're not about cheese and bacon.
Okay.
Protein. And protein comes...
Do you eat cheese?
I do eat cheese.
Okay.
I love cheese.
Okay.
I love cheese. I needed to find a diet that I could still be the foodie that I am.
So cheese is allowable then?
Cheese is allowable. Dairy is allowable except cow milk because cow milk has its own little demons in it, but it contains sugar.
Okay.
And so I don't have sugar in my diet, so that's out. But I do have, as my source of calcium and my vitamin D and A is through cheese.
Okay.
I don't eat it all the time, but I will have it at least 2 times a week.
And since I don't drink milk, what are your thoughts on almond milk?
Almond milk is any type of nut milk is really good for you.
Okay, good.
Soy not too good for you because it puts breast in little boys, mastitis. So
I started hearing negative stuff about soy too.
Yeah, well, if you consume too much, but soy has also sugar, and sugar feeds cancer, so that's another reason why I try to eliminate sugar. If sugar is already in the foods, I look at the ingredients list and see how much, and that's what I do too. I educate people on know what you're putting in your body because knowledge is power. If you know what you're eating, then you have the control of what you can consume. But you don't know what you're consuming unless you read it. And you have to read the fine lines. Don't just read that list. Read the fine lines, because your first ingredient will be sugar. And you think that you're on a low-carb diet, and it's filled with sugar.
Yeah.
Sucrose, fructose, everything, you name it. It's in there. But what were we talking about? Bellies?
Pescatarian, belly, everything.
Well, okay, so seafood. Seafood is a protein.
Okay.
And people may not think of it as a protein, because people mostly think that protein is it's just meats,
Yeah.
but it's not. Fish is the protein. Seafood's a protein. Our diet mostly contains seafood, because my husband just had a heart transplant about a year and a couple months ago, and red meat and pork is off the table for him. So he eats poultry and chicken, which is not pescatarian, but he eats poultry and he eats fish, and that's majority of his diet. And it's lean, it's good, and you add your healthy fats, and that's the important thing. That's what keto is about, healthy fats, not just animal fats, because there are some animal fats that are healthy, but overall we want a healthy heart. Okay. So what we do is we have healthy fats, which are your olive oil, your avocado oil.
Okay, so if we're trying to lose weight, can we still drink, like if we go out, like alcohol?
Now I do.
Okay.
I do have drinks, but I drink keto drinks. So there are liquors that are higher in carbs, and there's liquor that's lower in carbs.
Okay.
Your clear liquors, you're proven that you're good. The darker it is, the more sugar is in there. So what I do is, my drink of choice is either a shot of vodka,
Okay.
neat, or I do vodka and lime, vodka and soda water, vodka and a low carb zero juice. The less carbs, the better. So
Okay.
then you don't have that guilt, and you can have your liquor too.
Okay.
It just depends on how fast you want to lose weight. If you want to lose weight really, really fast, like you got a wedding or you got an event, cut the liquor out, cut the carbs out. In a week's time, you can lose a ton of weight.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to say like 15, 10 pounds, because everybody's body is different and will react different. But if you cut out sugar, you cut out the carbs, you cut out the liquor, and you just eat a meat, eat a protein, and a low carb, which means a vegetable, you can lose so much weight and be tight and fit for whoever that event is. If you don't have a time limit, then you can add on the liquor and add on these other little things, because there's no time limit. Does it mean that you're gonna not lose a lot of weight? No, you're still gonna lose a lot of weight, because you're not eating any carbs.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. I'm glad to hear that. I can still drink if I want to.
Yeah, you see me, I need my cocktails. I got one right over there.
So I heard only drinking water is good for us. Is there any other drinks that you suggest?
Well, our bodies is mostly made of water. And water has no calories. So when you drink juice, store-bought juice, not freshly squeezed juice, there's a difference. When you drink juice and sodas and all those things, there's extra added sugars and preservatives and anti-inflammatory things that our bodies just don't need.
Okay.
Water is good for you.
I like water.
I drink solely water, but I drink different versions of water. I will have water with fruit infused, my sparkling water that I love. There's ways of going around it, but to be honest with you, if you want to be healthy, drink water.
Okay. Yeah,
it don't have to be a gallon though. You can drink half your weight in water. Half my weight in water is 64 ounces. I drink only 64 ounces. I don't go for the gallon. I don't want to feel like I'm waterlogged. I don't want to feel like I'm chug. When my clients come to me and they're not a water drinker, I take their weight, I divide it in half, and I say, hey, let's work on this. The goal is half your weight, but let's work on just drinking water. And if your body says that I'm done with water, you're done with water.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good to me. Okay, so here's a very interesting one. So
it braced you guys. Here it goes.
Yeah, so here's a good one. So does having good, well, let me see. How should I say this? Does having poor health affect our sex life?
Yes. Yes.
Girl, yeah, like,
Yes.
I can't even film this damn bed no more with you. Not just, never mind. I'm speaking for experience, so I ain't gonna say no. Look, that made me really, you know.
I'm a labor and delivery nurse. I have like over 15 plus years in labor and delivery.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a reason why you got to labor and delivery, right? So, sex is a very important thing. When my husband had his heart attack and heart transplant, one of the questions I asked about was sex.
Yeah.
And I was not shamed about it. Is our sex going to be different? Health is affected by sex. You cannot have that endurance if you're not healthy. If you want that stallion and that young guy, you need a healthy heart. You need a healthy body. You need to be rejuvenated. And we all know that when we have that pineapple and strawberries, what we taste inside. Okay. So it is what you eat, is what you get. You know what I mean? And it is, health is wealth. Health is truly wealth. And not saying in, you know, wealth as in monetary, but a wealth as in life. What life gives you, you can do a lot more. You can be the best version of yourself.
True.
If you want to be that 50, 60-year-old stallion, guess what you're going to have to do? Cut back on them hot dogs and them donuts.
Okay.
Or on the beer, drink light beer.
Oh, yes.
Get on
Lay
the
out
cycle.
that
Get on that cycle that's right there and get it going, because, you know, women, we hit our sexual prime in our 40s, and we are ready and rearing to go.
Right? Yeah. So, yeah, you guys going to have to do some work in that area.
Put in the work.
Put in the work, or else you're going to be by yourself.
Put in the work. Yeah,
with that hand of yours.
No, not just that. Let's be real. Let's be real. You know, sex is an important thing, and this is what we're supposed to do, right?
Yeah.
And it's enjoyable. But how can you enjoy it if you don't feel well?
That's true.
If you're too tired, you know, you're just rolling over and doing your business. But when you are invigorated and you feel good, and it's mainly about how you feel inside. A lot of people think, oh, weight loss, but it's a mental thing too.
Yeah.
You can be big and feel great inside and still perform as a person that is physically fit as well. It's a mental game, to be honest with you. And if that person feels like they're healthy and they feel like they're good inside, they're going to give you the best version of themselves.
Okay. Good deal.
I'm glad you asked that question.
Oh, here's another good one about sex. Okay. So I know a lot of people, they're single now or divorced, and they just sit there for like decades, and I'm not even exaggerating. I know women that went like decades without having sex. Is that good advice? Should they wait like decades and years before having sex again, you know, after a breakup, or, you know, what is your advice?
It's a personal preference. Because I don't know what their reasoning and their spiritual decision of why they're doing that. But self-pleasure and self-love is sexual. Okay. And we as women are sexual beings, even men. And I can't speak upon men because I'm not a man. So let's just put that aside. So women, come closer.
Yeah, I already know men. Like, how long do y'all really wait, men, after you break up?
Well, they don't have a problem with masturbation.
Okay.
And they haven't had that problem with masturbation. I have 2 sons, and they were babies playing with it.
Oh, okay.
So men don't have the stigma that women have with masturbation.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with masturbation. You don't have to give yourself to somebody in order to have pleasure.
True.
And to love yourself. If you don't love you, who else will?
True.
And part of finding out of who you are and what you are in that bedroom is exploring yourself.
Okay.
And you have to be comfortable of doing it.
Yeah.
I'm 49 years old. I'm still learning about masturbation. I'm still learning how to be comfortable. I'm still learning my sensuality. And me being more sensual of myself is being more desirable and sensual for my partner.
That's true. Okay.
And I've been in a relationship that was 3 decades old.
Oh.
Like I said, I met my husband when I was 14. I'm 49 years old. We spent a lifetime together, more life together than we spent apart.
Wow.
And the bedroom is not
So
where
amazing.
we lack.
Okay. See?
No. And if it is,
you came to the point over here. Okay.
we will have a discussion and we will talk about it, and we will come to a compromise.
She don't have
you
no
gotta
problem
make it
with
spicy,
that,
honey.
right?
You gotta make it spicy.
Yeah, and that's why she's been married for 30 years, and a lot of our viewers are like on their 5th wedding.
And that's okay too, because he wasn't the right one.
Right? Okay. Yeah. I don't feel bad about that either. Yeah. Some people are like, oh, you just go from one relationship to another. Well, if they ain't the right person, bye. Why am I gonna waste 20 years on you?
Exactly.
I'm not doing that,
sis. Not just that. Every person we meet prime us and mold us and teach us for the person that we're supposed to be with.
Yes. I believe
you got to go through them ducklings to get to your prince.
Right?
And sometimes the prince that we thought was the prince was a duckling.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank God, because then you meet the one that you love. And, and sometimes in that process, God has a gift, and the gift is to love you before you love someone else.
That's so true. Yeah. So see, listen there. You guys learned something new today? A few things, actually.
Hit me up.
Right.
I could do sex talk.
Okay, yeah.
Labor and delivery, 20 years, let me tell you.
Yeah. Like she said, that's how they got to be there and giving birth. They were doing something right. That's so true.
They were doing something
right. They did something right. So what is a good amount of weight we should lift when we exercise?
I think weight is personal.
Okay.
And I keep going back to personal because I can't lift. I have shoulder injuries from being a nurse. I can't lift dead weight on my shoulders and to go high above or go below. I injure myself every time. I feel like weight should be something that is comfortable, enough to challenge, but not too much to cause injury. If you are working out to the point where you can't do it the next day, you did too much.
Okay.
You have to learn what you're able to do. Sometimes you got to crawl before you walk.
Okay.
And I did that. I learned how to walk to my door. I learned how to walk to my pillar. I learned how to walk to the corner. And from the corner, I walked the block. And then I did 2 laps. 2 laps is 2 miles. I crawled before I walked.
Amen. Okay. So
and then you love it that way because you're not in pain.
Yeah.
And then when you let go and be free with that, you don't have those stigmas of what comes with working out. Like, oh, I can't work out. I can't do this. I don't want to go to the gym. I'm too fat. And whatever your story is about the gym. I know that's one of your questions.
Yeah.
I don't go to the gym. I work out at home. I like the open air. I used to do the gym. It's not for me right now today.
Okay.
Will it be for me tomorrow? I don't know. But I lost 122 pounds working out at home, walking.
Yeah, that's amazing.
You don't have to have money to lose weight.
Okay. See? So there's no excuse then.
No excuse. No excuses.
Yeah. So a lot of people that I talk to that are overweight, they usually complain about their back hurting. What can we do to relieve like back pain? Or what should we be doing?
Exercise, walking.
Okay.
And I had back issues. I have bulging discs in my lumbar. That's the middle of your back. Lumbar, sacrum, thoracic. I have nurse injuries. Okay. Because I worked a lot.
You should do a documentary on that, actually.
Yeah.
I think talking about nursing.
We can. No.
I mean, because that's an interesting subject.
But no, nurses, we do a lot to our bodies.
Yeah, you guys are lifting like heavy people.
Heavy people. We're on our feet all the time.
Yeah, that's
We
rough.
have work-related injuries that we got to
work
push
long
through.
hours too.
Yeah, and like I said, I had bulging discs throughout my spine. And that's one of the reasons why I had to learn how to walk. And the doctors kept saying, walk, 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 walk. I'm like, I can barely sit without pain, let alone take that step to stand up.
So how'd you do that? You like you said,
I
just
baby
step.
You know what I did? I knew that I can walk to that door, and I walked to that door during my commercial breaks. I knew that after I walked to the door, I was going to graduate to my front, that opening when you go to the front.
Okay.
I knew I can graduate there. And then my neighbor's house, which you know.
Yeah.
Her gate was my goal.
Okay.
And every day I would try to get to that gate.
Okay.
And then I would try to get to the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Every day you get stronger and stronger.
No, I love that because a lot of people think like, oh, well, I got to start off with 30 minutes. And you made it so simple as just like a small goal, the front door.
I can only do what I can do.
And I love that because I think there's some people that are really obese, like 500 pounds plus. And so they just kind of like given up on trying to get in shape. But I love that if you just give them a small
I have a
goal.
client that, remember I was telling you, she was 366. She's in a chair. I'm so proud of her. She does chair exercises. She now
Wow.
can take some little water bottles. And that may, for a regular weightlifting person, okay, water bottles. No, you do this enough, it hurts. It burns. You know, it's hard. When you can't reach your arm up to comb your hair, to put on a shirt, that's a lot.
Yeah, and you don't have energy either. Yeah.
Guess what I'm doing right now? I'm doing sit-ups. I mean, squats. This is squats.
Okay.
If that's all you can do, do it. Do what you can, when you can, how you can. And you will succeed. And you will see yourself get stronger over time. Don't let social media, don't let all these buff people, all these fitness people tell you that in order to be healthy and to work out, you got to go out the gate ready. No, that's not true.
I love that. Okay. Simple goal, just walk into the door, so there's no excuse once again. A lot of our viewers, they're single, they just recently got divorced, and they have kids, and sometimes they look at kids as like it makes it difficult for them to exercise. So can we still exercise with our kids around?
Yes, and please, yes, please do. You guys, you can do it when they're sleeping. You can do it when they're having their lunch. You do not need an hour. You do not need 30 minutes. If you can get 5 minutes of good intensity exercising with or without them, they can be on the side of you and just move in place. All that counts. It all adds up. Trust me, it all adds up. I did not work out for an hour. I lost 122 pounds.
Wow.
My attention span is short. You got at least a good 15, maybe 30 minutes out of me. Other than that, I'm zoned out.
Okay. So now we know we can exercise with our kids around.
Yes, please do. And it's so fun. And then you can bring out your camera and you can see them. They will do what you do.
Oh,
it's so cute.
Yeah, that is cute.
It is.
Yeah, because I know some girls or some ladies, and they have kids, and they look like they're having a difficult time exercising. But one of my friends, she started taking her kids to the park, and so they would walk around as a group, like around the entire park. So I was like, that's great exercise.
It is. Walking is a good exercise, and it's good cardio. If you look at the American Heart Society, they're not telling you to run; they're telling you to walk.
Okay.
So at the minimum, walk.
Okay.
And I have some videos, my earlier videos, where you see my niece and my granddaughter right there playing on top of a step aerobics while I'm trying to get it in, and it's as raw can be, because that's real life.
Okay. There, you can still exercise with the kids.
Get it, ladies, get it.
So using protein chips now and protein cookies. How do you feel about those? Are those bad? Are they still considered carbs? Are they good?
No, they're protein.
Okay.
And they're made from protein.
Oh, yes.
I don't like the way they taste. I haven't had one that I actually like.
I get mine at Target.
Oh, you know, High Key has a good one that I do like, that it tastes similar to what the real thing is. I don't like artificial flavors.
Okay.
And I tried Quest chips. I haven't found a chip that I actually like. Now, there is Cut the Carb. I don't know if you heard of that. It's a flatbread. You can turn it into a million and billion and one and things.
Wow.
But it has a lot of protein in it, and it's a good substitute. It doesn't have any flavors. I'm not sponsored. I only eat the things that I actually use every day. And my husband does like the protein cookies and chips and stuff. I just don't like the flavor or the texture.
Okay, so I have a question. If I eat a protein cookie, does that mean I skip a meal? Is that a meal replacement, or is it just a snack?
It can be if you want it to be.
Okay.
It's all in what you want it to be. So if you are a person that has our macros are our numbers of nutrients that we go by every day. So say for instance your protein macro is 120 and you're trying to hit that every time a day, then that will determine whether or not it's a snack or if it's a meal replacement. I do at least at the max 64 ounces of protein because my protein is moderate. I will be moving into a higher protein level because I do want to start gaining more muscle. I don't want to lose any more weight anymore. I like the shape that I am in. I don't want to be skinny, but I do want to have a little bit more definition. So protein is going to give me that.
Okay,
So
I like protein too. Okay. So I have a question. The other day I was lifting some small weights, like I think like 5 or 10 pounds, and then I felt kind of like pain up here. Is there anything I could do about it? Do I have to take like painkillers, or is there anything else I could do for like muscle pain?
So it depends the difference between a muscle strain and muscle fatigue.
Okay.
Whenever you exercise, you should exercise to the point where it burns. That means you're burning fat, you're building muscle, you're tearing muscle down.
Okay.
Now, if you're exercising and it causes you pain to where you can't exercise any further, that is an injury that you keep reoccurring, and that you should either talk to your physician, or most people that already have an injury, they already know, and it's an old injury, they can take Tylenol, Motrin, or whatever it is. They can ice it, they can put heat. Everybody is different on what aids them during that time.
Okay.
But that means you overdid it
Okay.
for that injury. You should underdo it until you can get that muscle or that ligament or that bone. Well, bone is hard to get stronger, but until you can get that muscle strong enough to be able to do what you actually want to do. So if you're doing 10 and it messes you up, then do 8, do 7, do 5.
Okay.
Until you can do more.
Okay, sounds good. You've been married for 30 years. A lot of people that watch our show, like, we've been in and out of relationships, some horrible ones. So, and there's a lot of players out there, women and men. So how can we weed out these players and find us a quality person?
Y'all, sister. You like bad boys, you like bad boys.
Oh, no.
I mean, I don't know. You know when you see them, you know. You already know what you're getting into when you see them. They're not all the same, but they all swag the same.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when you going towards that way, and that's what you're attracted to, then that's the fire that you like, and you need to proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's not going to lead nowhere. If they're a toy, they're a toy. But if you try to turn a toy into a husband, you need to tell me how you do that. Because I don't know. Like, you know, people show you who they are in the beginning sometimes.
Okay.
And a lot of people are just upfront and they're comfortable and you see it. And your senses tell you, oh yeah, this one ain't bad for me, but it's fun. Keyword, fun. Have fun. It's okay to have fun, but don't dedicate your heart into it until it's time, until that person dedicates their heart into it.
Okay.
But if you're looking for someone serious, then you can't go with the bad boy right now, because the bad boy wants to have fun.
Okay. Listen here. Okay.
Look, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Because you may want the L7, but you're not into it when you get it. It's just not fun. So until you get that out of your system, and you know what, ladies, sometimes, you know, you can show that bad boy what it's like to have a good girl, and they may turn, but it takes time. They have to be ready. You can't change nobody. Just like they can't change you, you can't change them. They have to want it.
Okay. And also, since you've been married for 30 years, what advice do you have for making a marriage work?
My husband is my friend.
Okay.
He was my friend when I was 14,
Oh.
and he is my friend at 49.
I love
He's
it.
my best friend. Do we have secrets from each other? Maybe. Do we tell each other everything? Maybe not. Have you seen all the treasures in my treasure chest? No. You don't empty that chest out all the way. You conserve and give it out. But, you know, having a good communication, making sure this person is your friend, having fun. This person makes you laugh. It makes you feel good. This person makes you a better you, and you're able to make them a better them, then that's what makes it work. It has nothing to do with all the other things in between. It's being that power couple, that Jay-Z and Beyonce, that whoever and whoever. You have to complement each other. That's the puzzle piece.
Okay.
If it don't fit, it don't fit. Just have fun and move on. Learn what you can from that person and take it to the next relationship. It'll make you a better person.
Okay, great. I love to hear that. So this is a big one for people of color. We love desserts. I think that's for everybody. What can we do about desserts?
Oh, I'm not a sweetie.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a sweet tooth.
Okay, well, my family does.
Foodie.
Yeah, I'm a foodie too.
But I do indulge in my sweets every once in a while. And if you are a person that have to have your sweets, you have to find ways to adapt. And you want to lose weight, because there's a difference.
Okay.
If you don't want to lose weight, enjoy. But if you want to lose weight and you want to be healthy, then you have to change your palate and your way of thinking about sweets.
Okay.
Either you have the regular full sweets and you learn how to have moderation. If you have no self-control, then you go for low-carb sweets. They make them all day. They have bakeries that have like that's dedicated to diabetics that have low carb and no sugar sweets. There's sweets that people do that's high protein. I mean, it's so many things out there. There's gluten-free now.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that sugar-free pie over at Ralph's. I love that sugar-free pie, matter of fact.
Really? See, I haven't had it because
so
I'm not
good. There's like cherry.
Oh, that's
oh my God, apple, pineapple. Yeah.
I have a friend. She's also an Instagrammer. She bakes. She lives in Temecula. She bakes the most awesome. I love her brownies. I'm a fudgy, chocolatey.
Those sound good too, right about now. Oh my gosh.
Gooey brownie person, and she can make a brownie without the guilt.
Okay, that sounds good. We need to get her Instagram handle.
I will let you know her name.
Okay.
Okay, Mahogany. But no, she is wonderful, and there are a lot of people that make really good sweets out there that are heart healthy, that are healthy, that taste amazing, and some stuff you can't even tell the difference.
That's how I feel about that sugar-free pie. I'm like, I love it, and it's sugar-free. I'm like, yes. So men, I know some men. They're a little bit heavy set, got a big stomach. What can they do to lose weight in their stomach? And some of them drink too much too.
Beer has yeast in it, and that's what gives the men the big gut.
Okay.
Now, men's metabolism and hormones are different from ours. They have way less estrogen than we do, but more testosterone, which is muscle building, right? Where we're the opposite. Now, men, most people think, oh, men lose weight faster than we can. No, that's not true. It's just that they lift heavier weights. They move faster than we are. Some are stronger than we are. You know, it's just composition-wise, they lose it different, and they're to bulk up. They're to build muscle, where we're trying to get smaller. So it's really different on how we lose weight.
Okay.
Right? With men, if they just concentrate on lessening the amount of yeast in like inflammatory foods that targets the stomach and the gut.
Like what would be examples of that?
Beer.
Okay.
Donuts.
Oh, okay.
Things that have like yeast and then
what about hamburgers?
Hamburgers are okay because you can do a hamburger. Hamburgers is mostly protein. It only has 2 buns. You can cut off the bottom bun.
Okay.
You can go with a wheat bun. You can go with no bun, which I do.
Okay.
Or you can just go ahead and just have the bun, but you burn that bun off.
Okay.
You have to be able to burn the sugar off. Everything that we eat turns into sugar.
What about if they eat a lot of French fries?
Potatoes. You have to burn it off. Potatoes is our carbohydrate.
Is it okay to eat French fries, or should we just kind of like avoid French fries altogether?
It's just food.
Okay.
And the way I teach people is food. But you need to know knowledge, and you need to know how this food affects our body.
Okay.
And knowing that, you can determine on whether or not you're going to eat that fry. For me, fries is dangerous.
Okay.
And I can't have it because I just can't have one. And it makes me sleepy afterwards, which means that it affects my serotonins, and it boosts a high level of insulin for me. So my body works so hard to get rid of those fries, I get sleepy afterwards.
Okay. Is that the same thing? What about with potato chips?
Yeah.
Same thing?
Because potato chips are made from potatoes.
Okay.
It's the same thing. Anytime you eat a food and it makes you sleepy, it's because your body had to work that hard to get rid of it.
Okay, so we should probably be eliminating French fries out of our diet.
Eliminating it, or cutting it short. I'm a real good at like cutting things short.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, here's a really important one. Here's a really important question. What are some signs that a person needs to change their lifestyle, or they may risk losing their life?
That is an excellent question. Excellent question. Okay, so anytime you are at rest, which means like this, and you're having difficulty breathing, you feel like you're drowning.
Gosh.
You're becoming tired. You feeling your heart race, or you feeling it slow down. Anytime you're at rest and your body feels off, go see the doctor.
Okay.
Anytime you're doing a physical activity and you can't complete that activity, where you finding yourself abnormally taking breaks, go see the doctor. 9 out of 10 times it is heart disease. And that's what happened to my husband. My husband was completely healthy that we know of. And he was building that house for my granddaughter. And in between he was taking abnormal breaks. I didn't think nothing of it. It was hot, summertime. We're not thinking nothing of it. 3 weeks later, he had the widowmaker.
Oh gosh.
Which is the massive heart attack. Only 6% survive outside of the hospital.
Widowmaker. Oh, that's a horrible.
That's what it's called.
Damn. Yeah, that is a bad name.
I'm not a widow, but medically that's what it's called.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And his injection factor was 0, which means that's what his heart is pumping to bring oxygenated blood throughout his body.
Oh, okay.
And he was on a life-saving device that was pumping his heart for him for 70 days until he got a new heart.
Oh my God, that's a long time. 70 days.
Yeah, and we had no clue. No clue. And that's why doctor visits are important. Staying at least once a year. If you're not a doctor's person, hey, who am I to say? At least once a year.
Well, I have a question. Checkup. What if you have someone that is important to you and you know that their health is horrible and you can hear them wheezing, this and that, and they refuse to do anything about it? Should we just sit back? Should we?
No.
What should we do?
No. Plead with them.
Okay.
Tell them, because I think about that all the time. I could have lost my husband, and it was the most scariest thing in my life. If you know someone and you're sitting next to them and you can hear them breathing or you see them struggling, I don't care if it's nothing. Please talk to them to make a doctor's appointment, and sometimes 9 out of 10 times it's an ER visit. It's too late for a doctor's if you're getting to that point, and that's to be honest with you.
Okay.
Heart stuff happens very fast, very rapid, and you only have seconds. Strokes happens very fast and you only have seconds to reverse permanent damage.
That's true.
And so if you love someone, it's nothing to say, honey, I'm concerned, I'm making the appointment for you, and we're going to go to this appointment together. You ain't got to sit in the doctor's chair with them in the office.
What if they go to the doctor and they still refuse to take the doctor's advice? At that point,
then that's on them, and you need to have a discussion, and that's something that you guys need to talk about, because there are people like that. My father was like that.
Yeah.
There's people that are holistic people and that are naturalists. But if you're going to be like that, walk it how you talk it. Change your eating habits. Do what you need to do to survive.
Okay. Okay.
No, for real, because it can be kind of nasty.
Okay. Yeah, because I see a lot of people like that. They know they have poor health. They go to the doctor tells them to change stuff, and they just refuse to do anything about it.
Yeah, and it's hard because as a loved one, you don't want to argue with them and you don't want to cause any problems. That's why I say it can be nasty, because you don't want to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, in certain things you want to be the good guy. But sometimes it's planting little seeds save lives. Get a blood pressure machine. Take their blood pressure. Get an AccuCheck machine and check their sugar. You don't need a doctor's for that. You can go to CVS and buy it and do it on your own. And then when you see the value, say, hey, honey, it's red.
Yeah.
I think we need to go to see the doctor.
Okay.
Or do you want to live with me?
Right.
Well, live or die.
Right. That's so true.
And they'll make the right decision.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you explained that, because there's so many people that I see, they just refuse to change. Like, or they're alcoholics and diabetic. Isn't that a big reason why people are diabetic, is from drinking too much alcohol?
Not a big reason.
Oh, okay. I would think.
Okay, so alcohol is made from sugar. And diabetes is one of the things that can happen with alcoholism. A lot is genetics, a lot of it is just environmental and lifestyle. Heart disease and diabetes are lifestyle diseases.
Okay.
That's it, that's all. And we can change them with lifestyle.
Okay.
And reverse them with lifestyle, except type 1. Type 1, they have no more insulin to produce in their body, and therefore they do need artificial insulin. But type 2, reversible.
Okay.
Heart disease, 9 out of 10 times, if it's not severe and chronic enough, it's reversible.
Okay. All right, so there's things they can do about it.
Yes. Sex life would be better.
That's important.
Because if your heart ain't pumping,
you're going to be sitting by yourself for the rest of your life.
right? If your heart ain't pumping, you ain't pumping.
Okay. How often should we work out?
I work out every day because I aim towards heart healthy.
Okay.
I say do what you can.
Okay.
Because not everybody can do 3 days a week or 4 days a week and 30 minutes a day. Not everybody can do that. Do what you can do. And your goal is to gradually increase
Okay.
over time.
Sounds great to me. Okay. How can we train ourselves to make exercise a priority? Because a lot of time, like me personally, I go to school, I freaking work all the time, and then I'm pulled in different directions for different things. And so like I used to exercise, used to walk for like 2 hours, and now I'm not exercising, even a quarter of that. So how can I program myself to be like, look, I need to make this a priority in my life?
5 minutes a day.
Okay.
Start off with 5 minutes. If you got 1 whole minute, make it the best whole minute you got.
Okay.
And you do it as soon as you wake up.
Okay.
Even if it's stretching in the bed, right before or right in the bathroom when you're brushing your teeth, bust out 10 squats, bust out some arm lifts, bust out a plank. Once you do it and you start it, and it's only 1 minute and 5 minutes, you'll start making more time. You'll see the changes. You will see the body changes.
I love that, because a lot of us are like, oh, I got to do at least 15 minutes. But I love that you're making it such small increments. I mean, it's more doable that way.
It is. And then the thing is people forget it really is accumulative. It's not what, if I bust out a whole run 3 miles today and I don't no more in the week, did I really do a benefit to my body?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But if I do 5 minutes every day, what am I doing for my body?
Yeah, you're conditioning your body.
And you're conditioning your mind, and you're making it a habit. And you got to do something that you like. I don't like running. I run if I eat a meal that I need to run from. But I don't like pounding my body.
Yeah.
I like weights because I like the way my body looks with weights.
Okay.
I don't want to do weights. I don't want to exercise.
I think I'm in the same boat as you. I'm starting to like little weights, though. It actually feels good. I'm like, oh, I feel stronger. Like,
yeah, no, you do, and you get confidence that way, and you feel good about yourself, especially when you start seeing the definition in your arms and how that dress fits and everything. And that's where your consistency comes from, is when you start seeing the fruits of your labor. It makes you want to do more. I'm just not an exercise guru. I'm not a fanatic. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm a regular person that exercises to be healthy, to lose weight, and to keep the weight off. That's it.
Okay. Sounds good. Do you recommend any online groups, like health groups?
I do. I'm a part of like a lot of groups, even my own group. So I have my own group, which is a low carb keto group. And then I'm part of other people's groups.
How can they find yours?
I'm on Facebook. It's Keeping It Keto, Keeping It Cute and Keto. So it's KEEPIN, KUTE, and then keto, which is KETO.
Okay.
Keeping It Cute and Keto. And we talk about any and everything. I leave it open. There's not a topic that you cannot talk about. We're a small group. We're open to everybody. And it's a place to learn and to get support and for accountability. But there's other groups as well. And it's good to have a variety because you get to learn from everybody. And it's not just one singular view. Even myself, I'm a nurse. I'm in weight loss, I'm a part of other people's groups because that's how I learn. I learn from other people. I get trips and tips, things that I haven't even thought about. I'm like, oh, wow, okay, that's new. Let me try that. So it's good to have a variety.
A lot of us, our form of entertainment is going out to eat. Is that healthy, or should we be forming like different entertainment activities?
So eating out is entertainment, and for me to say that it's not healthy, people are going to do it anyway.
Okay.
So you have to learn how to eat healthy within your lifestyle.
Okay.
So if you're a low carb or a keto person, or you restrict your carb intake, when you look at the menu, you can pre-look at the menu, you can look at the menu right then and there. You already have an idea of what you're going to eat. When I go to a restaurant, I already know I'm either getting a steak, or I'm getting a salmon, and I'm getting the vegetables. I tell them automatically, please don't bring the bread to my table.
Okay.
When I order my food, I say, hey, I'm keto. I look at the menu. I'm like, okay, what are the vegetables and what are they cooked in?
Okay.
Okay. Can you have the chef make it without the sugar or without the sauce, or can it be steamed vegetables? Can I have my salad dressing on the side? 1 out of 10 times you're going to get more salad dressing because it's on the side, and then 2, you get to taste it to see if it has sugar in it or not.
Okay.
If that's your restriction. You have control, and the chef doesn't mind. I had chefs like at CPK, they have a pasta jambalaya. I love the pasta jambalaya. I can get it without the pasta.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to ask.
Sounds good too.
Vegans ask, vegetarians ask all day. What type of fats are you cooking it with? Is it vegetable or is it animal? Is there any type of animal product in this food? Why can't ketotarians or low-carb-tarians do the same?
Okay. Okay, good. What type of services do you offer?
So I offer weight loss services. So I'm a weight loss coach and motivational and inspiring coach. So I do monthly group coaching, which is about 4 weeks, sometimes 6, but 4 weeks is mainly people's time, attention span, and that's a group. So it's a bunch of people in a group, and we offer support to each other. And then I also do one-on-one, and my one-on-ones are really what it is. It's one-on-one. I get to know you, I do a consultation, and we tailor a diet and exercising towards your goals and who you are, not just a plain format. And then also I have various of products, skin line products, that will help and aid you during your weight loss journey. And I got you a gift. So we talked about our garden.
Yes.
I wish I had more to give you. I'm sorry.
No, this looks this looks big. If you
this is a zucchini.
This is a big zucchini.
This is a zucchini.
That's what some of the women out there who've been single for 20 years. That's their friend.
And it should be.
For 20 years, they need to come on now. They need to go find a man. I'm sorry, I'm not sitting there for decades like some of them.
Maybe they can't find the right one.
Jesus,
let me tell you,
look.
Hitachi. Stand to that Hitachi because you can plug it up and it's chargeable.
Oh damn!
It does not stop.
Okay.
And every time you hear it, you just go like. Okay.
Okay.
I ain't mad at you, ladies. Better get your freak on.
Oh God dang.
And then I got some other goodies, but I don't have my labels on it. I'm sorry. This is a green tea body scrub.
Okay.
Green tea has wonderful properties and healing properties, and this is for outside your body. It's a little exfoliating, and it has avocado oil, and it has coconut oil, so it helps with skin tightening and antimicrobial.
Do you suggest this for our face or just our body?
You can put it on your whole body because it doesn't clog your pores, but I would put it on my body because I'm very picky.
Not the face?
You can if you want to. If you don't have a sensitive face, I'm very sensitive with my face. I pick and choose. I would put the oil on my face, but not the sugar in the scrub.
Okay, gotcha.
And then this is my slimming cream. It has coconut oil in it. That's why it's a little liquid because it's hot, but it gels up. It's handmade. It's not only a slimming cream, but it's also a sweat cream. Nice. And so you can put that on with or without exercise, and it will.
So are we supposed to put that in our stomach?
On your skin? Yeah, anywhere. On
Is
your
this,
arms,
did you say this
skin.
is a firming one?
It's a firming, skin tightening, cellulite.
So you do this after you exercise?
You can do it with exercising, without
Wow.
exercising. You can sleep with it on. If you don't mind sweating, then you can put it on whenever you want. But if you're going to work and you don't want to sweat through the outfit, don't put it on.
Okay, gotcha.
And then this is my skin tightening body oil, body butter.
Ooh.
And it has like a lot of different oils in it, and it's natural. All my stuff is natural.
Sounds good.
It doesn't have any artificial fragrance or colors in it.
That smells good.
It helps with skin tightening. So while you're losing weight, it tightens your skin and it gives you a glowing body. I actually, and it's funny because I see a little shimmer on my skin. I actually have the soap on and there's no shimmer in my soap. But as you see, it looks like there's
Some glitter.
on me, and it's not.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
I love all these gifts.
You're welcome.
I wasn't expecting all these, and I never
No,
seen
no,
a
no,
cucumber
thank
pie
you.
this big.
It gets bigger, honey. That was the only one I could fit in here. But since we talked about the garden, I really wanted to give you something, from home.
I love this, and I have a recipe that I'm going to use this in too.
Oh, let me know and share.
I will. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I have just a couple more quick
Do you know how to
questions.
make a Bangladesh soup?
Girl, I'm going to tell you really honestly, I don't cook that often. I'll just keep it real. I don't cook that often, but I do have a recipe that I will be using that in.
Let me know.
Some squash with some cheese, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And some shrimp.
Maybe.
Do some shrimp and
Okay,
squash. It tastes good.
That does sound good.
I'll make you one day.
Okay. That sounds good to me. I'd love to come over and have some food.
I will cook for you.
Okay.
We'll do another video, and then I'll cook for you a keto meal.
I would love that.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, we definitely got to do that. So how can our viewers learn more about you?
They can find me on Instagram, either at Body Essence Studio or Nikki's Life, Nikkillyfe. They can find me on there, and like I said, Instagram and my business page. And my business page on Instagram is the same thing. It's bodyessence.com. On Facebook, it's Body Essence Studio.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, I have one more question.
Yes.
Do you have any words for an ex? Or do you even have an ex if you have your husband? Do you have any last words for an ex?
I don't have an ex. Well, I do have an ex because they might be watching, but I was a kid at the skating rink.
Okay.
And we're talking about someone that was 13 years old. But I'm still friends with them, and they're cool as hell. And they were a part of my life during that time for a reason. But we're talking about kids. Do I have an adult ex? No.
Okay.
But if you got an ex,
face and she believe in chakras. She wanna start up a story without a chapter. Her eyes look into mine, she thinks she's seen a star. No voodoo love or anything that's sinister. Her friends hating on my game, but she like my style. I like her so much that I really wanna make her mine. My dopamine to my stress, she brighten up my life. The only woman that deserves me to call her my wife. In 88, I was born to be a great man, marry a wife and create me a best friend. My homies used to hate when I had my first bike. Now they still talking about I'm living that good life.
You my sweet, sweet baby.
The only girl that I like, you brighten up my life. It's you and I, it's you and I. The only girl that I like, you brighten up my life. It's you and I, it's you and I. The only girl that I like, you brighten up my life. It's you and I, it's you and I. The only girl that I like, you brighten up my life. Toe to toe, my love goes blow by blow. Touch my soul, I can't just let you go. I can't control my love, so I love you more. I'm not on coke. Pull soft and hold you close. An antidote of poison. Overdose, my girl and foes. We driving overload. We ain't stopping at the red light. Truth be told, my ride or die, my gun, you my only hope. In 88, I was born to be a great man. Marry a wife, not a brand new second hand. My homie used to hate when I had my first mic. Now they just talking cause I'm living that good life.
You my sweet, sweet baby.
The only girl that I like, you brighten up my life. It's you and I, it's you and I. The only girl that I like, you brighten up my life. It's you and I, it's you and I. The only girl that I like, you brighten up my life. It's you and I, it's you and I. The only girl that I like, you brighten up my life.